Revelation chapter 6 is the sixth chapter of the book of Revelation of the Apocalypse of John in the New Testament of the Christian Bible. The book is traditionally attributed to John the Apostle. This chapter describes the opening of the first six of the seven seals. The opening of the seventh seal is recorded in chapter 8. Text. The original text is written in Greek. Some of the oldest manuscripts containing this chapter are Papyrus 115, Codex Sinaiticus, Codex Alexandrinus, Codex Ephraemi Scriptus. This chapter is divided into 17 verses. Structure. This chapter can be grouped. Revelation chapter 6 verses 1 to 2 equals first seal, white horse, the conqueror. Revelation chapter 6 verses 3 to 4 equals second seal, red horse, conflict on earth. Revelation chapter 6 verses 5 to 6 equals third seal, black horse, scarcity on earth. Revelation chapter 6 verse 7 to 8 equals fourth seal, pale horse, widespread death on earth. Revelation chapter 6 verses 9 to 11 equals fifth seal, the cry of the martyrs. Revelation chapter 6 verses 12 to 17 equals sixth seal, cosmic disturbances. The verse 5, King James Version. And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, Come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. Verse 6, King James Version. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, A measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny, and see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. Measure, that is, approximately 1 quart. Penny, this was approximately 1 day's wage for a worker. A measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. A chenix of wheat for a denarius, and 3 chenixes of barley for a denarius. The chenix appears to have been the food allotted to one man for a day, while the denarius was the pay of a soldier or of a common laborer for 1 day. The chenix was the 8th part of the modius, and a denarius would usually purchase a modius of wheat. The price given, therefore, denotes great scarcity, though not an entire absence of food, since a man's wages would barely suffice to obtain him food. Barley, which was the coarser food, was obtainable at 1/3 of the price, which would allow a man to feed a family, though with difficulty. A season of great scarcity is therefore predicted, though in his wrath God remembers mercy. And see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. The corollary to the preceding sentence, with the same signification. It expresses a limit set to the power of the rider on the black horse. These were typical articles of food. Wordsworth interprets the prohibition to the rider, hurt not thou the oil and the wine, is a restraint on the evil design of the rider, who would injure the spiritual oil and wine, that is, the means of grace, which had been typified under those symbols in ancient prophecy, and also by the words and acts of Christ, the Good Samaritan, pouring in oil and wine into the wounds of the traveler, representing human nature, lying in the road. Alpha Delta Iota Kappa Eta Sigma Sigma Delta Iota Kappa Epsilon Nu in the Revelation invariably signifies to injure, and, except in one case, takes the direct accusative after it. Nevertheless, Heinrich and Eliot render, do not commit injustice in the matter of the oil and wine. Rinneck renders, waste not. The vision is a general prophecy of the future for all time, but many writers have striven to identify the fulfillment of the vision with some one particular famine. Verse 11, King James Version. And white robes were given unto every one of them, and it was said unto them, that they should rest yet for a little season, until the fellow servants also and the brethren that should be killed as they were, should be fulfilled. The verse 12,